Before history learned to write its own name, there was Egypt. Long before skyscrapers touched the clouds and empires rose and fell, the Nile River flowed like a living god through the desert, breathing life into a land surrounded by death. Each year, its waters flooded the dry earth, leaving behind black soil so rich it seemed blessed by the heavens. From this miracle, one of the greatest civilizations in human history was born. The ancient Egyptians believed the world began from chaos, an endless, dark ocean called Nut. From it emerged the first land, and upon that land stood the gods. These gods were not distant or silent. They walked among humans through the sun, the wind, the river, and the stars. Ra sailed across the sky each day in his solar boat, battling darkness every night to rise again at dawn. To live in Egypt was to live inside a story written by the gods themselves. At the heart of this civilization stood the pharaoh, part man, part divine. He was not merely a king, but a bridge between heaven and earth. His word was law, his duty sacred, to maintain Ma'at, the cosmic balance of order, truth, and harmony. When Egypt prospered, it meant the pharaoh had pleased the gods. When famine struck, it was believed the balance had been broken. Stone by stone, the Egyptians turned belief into architecture. The pyramids were not just tombs, they were stairways to eternity. The Great Pyramid of Giza rose from the desert like a frozen sunbeam, aligned with the stars, pointing the pharaoh's soul toward the afterlife. Inside these monuments lay treasures, spells, and secrets, tools for the journey beyond death. To the Egyptians, death was not an end but a doorway. Life along the Nile was disciplined yet vibrant. Farmers followed the rhythm of the river, scribes recorded the pulse of the kingdom, and artisans carved stories into stone that would outlive them by thousands of years. Hieroglyphs were more than writing. They were sacred symbols believed to hold power. To erase a name was to erase a soul. Yet Egypt was not frozen in time. Dynasties rose and fell like the Nile itself. Great rulers emerged: Khufu the builder, Hatshepsut the queen who ruled as king, Akhenaten the rebel who challenged the gods, and Ramesses II, the warrior pharaoh whose name echoed across centuries. Wars were fought, temples expanded, and borders pushed outward, making Egypt both feared and admired. But even eternity can fade. Invaders came: Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, and Romans. Cleopatra, the last pharaoh, tried to restore Egypt's former glory through intelligence and alliance. But when she fell, ancient Egypt fell with her. The temples slowly crumbled, the gods grew silent, and the language of hieroglyphs vanished into mystery. For centuries, Egypt slept beneath the sand. Then the world remembered. Archaeologists uncovered statues staring into time, tombs untouched by decay, and a young king named Tutankhamun, whose golden mask reminded humanity of Egypt's lost brilliance. The Nile still flows, the pyramids still stand, and the stories, etched in stone and carried by the wind, still whisper. Egypt never truly died, that it became eternal.